Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Ravenport. We're filling up with some liquid manure from the cow pen. It is kind of interesting to see how the manure in the cow pen is starting to collect on one side. I hope that's not a problem. But since last episode, I have lime spread on the sugar beet field and harvested the oats here. I fed this horse pasture here, and I started picking up some straw, and I put straw in both horse pastures, so they're good for a while. I still got straw sitting there because the price of straw kind of sucks, but it is going up. Last I checked, it was at $54, so not a good price. So those fields are just probably going to sit there overnight with the straw on it, because I'm not selling the straw at $58 per, and I'm not really that much of in a rush anymore to get some things done. But you can see the lime has been spread in this field, so I'm hoping it'll be easier to see where I've been by spreading the slurry on it. I don't know if the lime will disappear when I spread the slurry on it. We will soon find out. But I should have more than enough slurry between the cows and the pigs. And looks like the lime does disappear, so it's going to be rather simple to see where I've been. And it shouldn't take us too long to spray some slurry on this field. Then we'll grab the truck. This field needs to be plowed now because we had sugar beets in it. And then I probably am going to plant soybeans in the field. I know at first I need canola for the sheep. I'm calling them sheep again. The pigs. I got to stop that. Because now with field number 5 full of canola, I can harvest that and feed the pigs the canola that way. If they really need it. Which they probably don't really need it. I'm not too sure. I need to get a headland done down here, else I'm going to be going over the edge quite a bit. So now the farm is kind of in cruise mode. I guess we can call it that, maybe. No more loan. Got more than enough fields to keep us busy. The animals are all doing pretty well. They're all well maintained. We got most of the equipment that we need. I mean, the only thing I said, now that we're getting more fields, the only thing that may happen is we may start buying duplicate equipment. Just so we can get things done at a reasonable rate. But we'll see. I'll just take it one day at a time at this point, or one episode at a time. See how it goes. And it's going pretty darn well now. Pretty darn well. Now that the BGA is working like it should, price-wise, that's where the truck is right now. It's busy selling silage. Well, the trailer is anyways. That's what I was actually just looking at, maybe buying another trailer, because yeah, we're selling silage and the trailer's full of silage. If I need a trailer now, I don't have one. So we could be purchasing a trailer soon if I really need to. I got just enough cash to buy another duplicate trailer. It'd be a different color, but 90,000 seems to be a good amount for what we do around here. So it's pretty much going to be just taking care of this field so far today. I have downloaded a couple more mods. I got an animal trailer. Of course, Stevie had one. I just missed it on his Facebook page. He's got a trailer that will hold 80 some odd pigs, and which is good because I'm probably going to sell I said 100, but since it holds 80, I'll probably just sell the 80 and call it good. I also downloaded where I can take multiple contracts. Haven't tried it yet, but maybe at some point I will. And there was one, oh, I got a, I'm thinking about maybe actually getting a home for here, which is kind of weird because we might be leaving Ravenport within the next week or two. Maps are coming out fast and furious now. Most of the maps I've been looking at, though, have been just reworks at Felsburn or Ravenport. But now some maps are starting to come out that are like Oxygen David's map, Melware Manor. I think that one's done from scratch. But I think Ravenport is getting to be where we stayed here long enough. I think we conquered, I don't want to say conquered the map, but now that we don't have a loan. Oh, I'm out of slurry. Now that we don't have a loan and we got a lot of good fields, good sized fields. We got a lot of animals bringing us in cash. Is this going to come in real quick, real fast? So once I find the map that I know I'm going to play on, I'll figure out how I'm going to start it. I either may just take some money from here, maybe take some equipment from here. Haven't figured it out. All depends on the map. I've been looking at Stevie's map called Fenton Forest. It's a decent map. I thought about playing on it when he released it a couple weeks ago, but when it comes to full release, any save games on the beta testing map will not work on the full release, so that's why I haven't got onto that. It is a rework of Felsburn, but it's quite different. Looks pretty good, so that might be something we might be doing. Midwest Horizons is probably one I would probably like to do, because that is a 4x map. But I haven't heard any release dates on that yet as well, so I'm not sure. Every day I'm constantly looking. Keep you updated. Alright, so where were we? I'm going to guess, nope, wrong row. This row right over here. And once we get this sprayed with slurry, we can start plowing it. Is the seed roll? I think the seed roll is down by the chicken farm, though. So I may not get to seed this today. I may have to fast forward to the next day, because I brought the seed roll down with the New Holland, thinking I was going to seed those fields pretty quickly until I saw the price of straw was terrible. There we go. So now this has one stage of fertilization on it, and when we seed it, it'll be good to go. Other than maybe some weeding, but we know weeding is something I'm going to have to do anyways because, well, it's weeds. So that dirt color mod that you can get on the Farming Simulator website, you can kind of see that the tires aren't just always brown. You can kind of see you got some like greenish color in there. I found it interesting though when I was spreading lime. Where is that? Oh, the tractor's over here. So I was spreading lime on the field with this tractor, but the tires did not turn white. But then again, yeah, they turned greenish because of the sugar beet. I would when he moved the toppers off the sugar beet, I guess that's why it turned green. All that foliage from the sugar beets in the field. The tires did not turn white, but then it came to me that, you know, you're spreading lime behind the machine, not in front of it. So I guess really you just think the John Deere was just riding in lime. I didn't see the white tires, but in the picture for the mod, it does show that the lime will get on the tires. Just I haven't seen it yet. Anywho, we'll bring this over. Actually, I almost went by it. Kind of already did. I'll just make sure the plow, I have no idea. I mean, I could check the page and see what condition the plow is in. But I think it'd be better if I just put it in there and repair it. I think I repaired it last time, so it's not going to be too bad. Actually, it's not even worth even probably $1. Probably because I drove it from the repair shop to the garage, back to the repair shop. So I don't think it really needs anything. Let's go ahead and unfold this. I'll make sure it's on where, yeah, okay, that's where it should be. Limited to fields. But something I haven't shown too much often lately. That's us plowing the field. So probably a little bit of a time lapse. I don't know how long it's going to take us to do this field here, but I shall see you on the other side of the field. Hopefully it won't take us too long. Well, that wasn't too bad. Brought us about 5:30 in the evening. It's kind of nice seeing the shadow, the long shadow on the truck on the field. It's almost like a late fall evening when you see those long shadows. We're going to need to plow again probably the next day because you can see our cornfield is pretty much in the second to last growth stage. We'll see how much wear and tear it put on our plow just to do that one field. Let's say about quarter, maybe? Actually, not that much at all. I'll repair it for $68. Yes, please. But I'm thinking for the rest of the evening, what I want to do is sell some silage right here at the BGA. And probably I'll see you first thing in the morning. We'll sell some straw. No, that's the wrong pedal. There you go, Peanut. There you go. Get her in there. Not going to quite make it. But yeah, we'll sell some straw. Start seeding the fields down by the horses. Yeah, well, it is down by the horses, but we call that the chicken farm. And then come over here and seed this field with soybeans. And we'll probably call it an episode, but I need to get back to selling some of the silage so I get a good amount of money at midnight. So I'll see you in the morning. Looks like a beautiful morning here in Ravenport. We have sold all of our silage. I didn't get it all sold by midnight, so I didn't get the pure profit. I'm probably going to get 3 trailer loads worth of silage pricing tonight from the BGA, but we did get like $260 some odd thousand from the previous day's sale. The price of straw is now up to $86 per thousand, so we're going to get much better money than it would have been at $50, that's for darn sure. But now our bank account is sitting at a beautiful $340,000. But I need to pick up some more straw down here. I'm going to get this guy on a worker to seed something. I don't know, I'm going to seed down here. I may do some wheat or barley or something like that, because I could always use it to help feed the pigs as well as the chickens, so it works either way. But we do have weeds growing in the 2 fields that we planted yesterday. So I need to get a weeder worker on that. And that's what I want to be doing while this guy is seeding the fields over here. Where did I leave off? Over there. But our cornfield is actually ready for harvesting for chaff once again. But I have to see how much corn I got. I may actually need to not make chaff, but I may actually need to just harvest the corn for the pigs. I gotta see actually how much I got in storage. I know we've been storing some. I thought that was plenty, but as we're seeing, the pigs sure do take a lot of food. I'm just kind of surprised almost 3 months in that someone hasn't made a mixer just yet. Kind of like we had in 17 for cows and pigs, food mixers. Yes, I know cows have mixers now, but I'm talking about placeable mixtures. And field 5 that we bought is not ready for harvest yet. But that should be sometime in this in-game day. And we'll get to see how much of a harvest we get off that field. It's a pretty big field. The biggest one that we now own, I do believe. But right now I just need to focus on the fields that require attention, which are the ones that we are in. Now these fields do not need to be plowed or limed, so they're good to go, ready for direct seeding. So this should bring us in like another $6,500 or so. Not quite a full trailer. Okay, how about $5,700? I didn't really look at the total, see how full the trailer was. I just figured it was like 80%, but maybe not that much. So I just called over to the silo and asked them to give me a inventory check of what we have, and it looks like barley is the winner that's going to get planted here. I don't want to say we only got 60,000 liters of barley, but that's all we have. As for corn, I need to check that. 127,000 liters. Yeah, they're getting kind of messy. Up to 64, up to 64 each. I'm pretty sure if we cleaned them up and fed them well, probably have to take care of them a little bit today. We'll get to them at some point. Not in this episode, though. Don't really need to. But as you can see, we got some weeding issues. But everything else is looking fine. So I think we come over here. Well, there's the weeder right there. The John Deere is what I was looking for. Let's go get our weeder. Head over to the field right across the street. I think we'll weed that. And then call it an episode. Was not. I don't know how I forgot about. I got to take care of the weeds and all that stuff. But I did. So there's our corn. It's ready to be turned into chaff. I'll make a decision when we start taking care of the pigs of what I need to do. This crop should only be in the first growth stage, so I should be fine not having to put row crop tires on here. Yep, we're all good. It's going to be a little bit difficult to see where we've been. Well, I got to the end of the row, and I just remembered the John Deere had GPS, and I was trying to get it to work. And I don't know if it works yet with 1.3. And as I was fiddling with it, this guy finished what he was doing. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to seed this small field as it is, and then kind of help him along in the other field, and then he can go off on a worker. And I'll go back to the John Deere, see if GPS is working at 1.3. I was having some trouble getting it to go. But some more features seem to be working than it was last time I tried it with 1.3. I did just download the latest version. I might be doing something wrong, which is more likely than not. And if I can't get GPS to work, I may have to hire a worker because with that so much foliage in the field, it was kind of hard to tell where I've been. So I'll have to see if GPS would work, and then I would do so. Do it myself. I do need to keep track of the egg prices for the chickens because, well, either I gotta go buy new pallets or take care of those because they're getting pretty full, which is what the chickens should be doing. You can see the pallets right there. I think 3 of them are completely full and the 4th one is like half full. So we're going to have to take care of it pretty soon. I just don't ever seem to get a great demand for things that we have. It's been a while. Yeah, same thing there, 3 full pallets and the 4th one is about half full-ish. So I'll do the top row and then work my way down like I'm supposed to. Set this guy off and work, and I'll head back over to the John Deere and see if I can get the GPS thing figured out. Well, I think I got GPS working. Kind of. I'm probably doing something wrong. So I get the green dotted line in the center, I get going, I go down the path, but when I turn to go back a different direction, I can't get the green light to come back on. When I go back into guidance steering mode, it automatically turns off. So I mean, it lines me back up like it's supposed to. Kind of, but in order for me to get it back on, I gotta go back in here, turn it back on, come out. Now you can see I'm not quite centered. I hit cruise control, it lines up by itself and it goes. So I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. But I just have to keep in mind that this is in beta, and especially with patch 1.3 being out, I'm pretty sure they're adjusting to it, and I'm adjusting to it. I'm learning about it. Maybe I need to go watch. Maybe someone has a video on 1.3 and GPS. Or I'm sure I'm setting up wrong, which is more likely not the case at this point. Our New Holland has finished seeding the field. So we got barley planted over there. I do need to get these fields weeded, and I also need to get them re-fertilized. So I may get a worker fertilizing these fields. Will be after I finish weeding them out. So I gotta turn the wheel hard in order to get GPS off. Turn it around. And I can't get it to go green again unless I go back in and turn that back on. Come on, cruise control. So GPS seems to be a little finicky for me. I just got to keep going back in, turning it on every time I get to a new row. So I think once they get like the auto turn in like it was in 17, maybe that's the only issue. Or I'm the issue, one or the other. But GPS is stopping like at the end of the field like it always used to. You could always use the setup that way in 17 as well. So you see when we get to the end of the field, it gets to like a few yards short of the end of the field and kind of stops. Right now it's on cruise control. And it just stops like it's supposed to. Basically, when the front of the tractor hits the end of the field, it kind of stops. But before, when I use it, when I turn the corner, once I got in the same row, I would get, like, the dotted line would go from white to green. Now it's just staying white, and I gotta go back in here and keep it on there. Yeah, I'm sure it's a setting I might have wrong or had activated before and did not realize it. The HUD doesn't help you out too much other than tells you left control S to get into the guided steering menu. But after I get done weeding this field, I'm going to head on over to the rail yard. I'm going to set a worker off to fertilize this. And that's what I'll be doing just after I end this episode. But that'll be after we finish weeding this field. So we got the field behind us prepped today. I sold a lot of silage. We did, plowing. Sold some straw as well. Got the chicken farm turned around, ready to go. Sold all that silage. Yeah, we got almost $350,000 in the bank. So that's looking well. So back in here. Whoops, I'm on the wrong page. Turn that on again. Hit cruise control about 3 times before it really wants to go. So I'm going to try to fill with GPS a little bit more. Maybe I need to... I haven't checked in a couple hours, but I don't think it's been updated since then. But I'll have to check it before next episode and see if there's another update to it. Which there is usually updates at least once a day on it, so maybe that'll be helpful. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll see you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.